Welcome to another edition of Motor Trend Television. Hello everyone, I'm John Mathias. Today we have the latest from the LA and Detroit auto shows and a 10,000-mile on and off-road adventure in the Hummer H2. Plus, a museum collection of valuable classics takes to the road. It's all next on Motor Trend Television. The return of the automotive press to the annual LA and Detroit auto shows signals the beginning of auto show season. The car companies in turn roll out their latest and greatest. Here's an inside look at the flashiest press intros we saw at each of these car capital events.
Detroit may be the larger event, but Los Angeles comes first. This year saw more than 24 North American debuts at the West Coast show. With automakers vying for attention, Dodge took the Hollywood approach.
From the producers of Viper SRT10 and Ram SRT10.
For me, one of the most significant unveilings was the Dodge Magnum SRT8 concept car. They're really quite upfront about the fact that a little over a year from now, a vehicle very close to this is actually going to be on sale.
The Magnum will also be the first large volume Dodge to incorporate Mercedes-Benz technology. That German automaker had some new models of its own. The new C-Class is aimed at would-be 3 Series drivers.
I think Mercedes has correctly identified that they need to be cultivating new buyers just as anyone does. If you can intercept a buyer before he chooses BMW, you may have a Mercedes buyer for life.
But if price is no object, the reborn Maybach, after a 62-year absence, is yours for a mere $300,000.
It harkens back to a time in the earlier part of the 20th century when cars were custom manufactured for very rich people.
Hoping to make a big impression on younger buyers, Toyota debuted its new Scion line in nightclub style.
It's going after a new crowd, a new age group, a new demographic. Part of Toyota's strategy is to establish a stratification, if you will. Scion at the bottom, Toyota in the middle, Lexus at the top.
Evo is here.
Mitsubishi's Lancer Evo received the star treatment in keeping with its soon-to-be-released Hollywood role. And the Big Cat brought in a special guest to unveil its new XJ, racing legend Jackie Stewart. Pontiac championed the return of the American muscle car, an all-new GTO.
With the GTO, Pontiac is attempting to have a flagship, a representation of where Pontiac's performance image should be going.
Ford took us on a couple of field trips for an art exhibit of J. May's designs and the reveal of a Mustang concept and the 04 F-150. Next assignment, Detroit.
The Detroit show here is the big show. It's a much more international event, and as a result, more of the companies save their really big introductions and concept car reveals for the Detroit show. We love our LA show, but the Detroit show clearly has become the #1.
GM showed off a stunning luxury concept, the Cadillac 16.
The reason it's a very special car is because it's got a V16 engine. This engine makes 1,000 horsepower. It's 13.6 liters. It's a monster. It's a terrific looking car. It'd be a great flagship for not only for Cadillac, but for General Motors. It's an impressive piece of machinery.
Jack Keebler was also impressed by a very different set of 4 wheels.
The Tomahawk. It's a V10 motorcycle. Essentially you sit astride this V10. It's 500 horsepower between your legs.
More practical vehicles were unveiled too.
Chevrolet's really big news here at the Detroit show was the unveiling of 3 production vehicles. They were the Malibu sedan, the Colorado midsize pickup truck, and the Equinox compact SUV.
This is the hometown of the domestic auto industry. And that's why when the other manufacturers come here, they like to show their best stuff too. We saw the new Rolls-Royce, there was a new Bentley, Subaru showed a 300 horsepower version of the WRX. It's been a great show with a lot of very interesting automobiles.
With innovative designs debuting in every market segment, Ron Sessions summarized the importance of the show.
The Detroit Auto Show portends trends in the auto industry. You'll notice that trend is in the name of Motor Trend magazine. That's something that we follow very closely to try and keep stock of what these trends are, what the changes are, what the future holds for our favorite motor transportation.
For a list of other upcoming auto shows, check out MotorTrend.com. For more automotive news and reviews, get the new issue of Motor Trend magazine on newsstands now. That's all the time we have for this show. For all of the editors at Motor Trend, I'm John Mathias. We'll see you next time on Motor Trend Television.